Hello, 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 and happy Thursday. So Friday's lesson, tomorrow's lesson is going to be a brain pop quiz and movie. But today we're going to talk about credit. And then Monday, is Monday Memorial Day? Oh, Tuesday, we'll talk about credit cards, which is something I love. But so today we're going to talk about credit. Just some background knowledge on credit from my personal opinion. When you're young, you have to worry about your grades, right? Keeping your GPA high. When you're an adult, you have to worry about your credit and keeping your credit score high. Credit is a beautiful thing. It's the way that you buy properties. It's the way you buy cars. It's literally your way of getting around in the world. And it lets the leaders know that you're a responsible citizen. They can take care of that. So let's get started. Advantages. Advantages of having good credit are you're able to buy items now. You don't have to have the cash. It creates a record of purchases. It's more convenient than writing checks. Consolidate your bills into one payment. Disadvantages is interest, higher cost of items. If you let your balances get up really high, it'll cost more. May require additional fees. True. Financial difficulties may arise if one loses track of how much has been spent each month. And increased multiple buying may occur. A lot of this happens a lot. Mark my words, your eighth grade teacher told you this the week before your graduation, 2 weeks before your graduation. Do not go to college and apply for all these credit cards, y'all, and not be responsible. That is a way to get in a hole before you even get started with life for real. So take these lessons seriously and really listen to what I'm saying. So, character, will you repay the debt? From your credit history, does it look like you possess the honesty and reliability to pay credit debts, right? So, have you used credit before? Do you pay bills on time? Do you have a good credit report? Can you provide character references? How long have you lived at your address? If you're somebody that moves frequently, they're going to think you're unreliable. How long have you been at your present job? If it's not been long, if you're someone who has never worked anywhere over like 2 years, then you're not a reliable person in their minds, okay? So, capital. What if you don't repay the debt? Do you have any, every time I do these PowerPoints, I get thirsty. Do you have any valuable assets such as real estate? So that's like owning property. Savings accounts, investments that could be used to repay credits if income is unavailable. So do you have $5,000 in your savings account that you could use if something were to go wrong with your credit card? What property do you own that can secure the loan? Do you have a savings? Do you have investments to use as collateral? Capacity. Can you repay the debt? Have you been working regularly in an occupation that is likely to provide enough income to support your credit use? I know it's really a push for entrepreneurship right now, which I actually love to see. But think about times like now in COVID-19, my friend who owns a restaurant, it's been closed the whole time. So his credit lender, this is a time during this recession, it's like a fear, right? How many other loan payments do you have? What are your current living expenses? What are your current debts? How many dependents do you have? These are all things that are looked at. Collateral. Collateral is, do you have any assets that can be leveraged against debt? What assets do you have, such as a car or property? Collateral will be that. How many cars do you have, right? Are you renting or do you own actual property yourself? Conditions. Are there conditions that may affect your ability to repay? Have you been working regularly in an occupation that is likely to provide income so that you can repay? Okay. Borrow only what you can repay. Okay. You don't want to borrow $30,000 and you work in a job that's paying you $10 an hour, right? It wouldn't really even out. Read and understand the credit contract. Pay debts promptly. This is where it comes time to be responsible and hold yourself accountable. Notify your creditor if you cannot meet payments. Most places will work out a payment plan with you. You will want to call in. Hey, I can't pay on this day, but I can pay half today and maybe other half my next pay period. Report your lost or stolen card immediately, especially in 2020. Credit fraud is very real. Never give your card number over the phone unless you initiated the call or are certain of the caller's identity. These are just some of the acts put in place. Truth in Lending Act, Fair Credit and Report, Equal Credit Report. You can't be discriminated based off your demographic. Fair Credit Billing Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Okay. So that just makes sure that it's equity. Everybody's being treated equal, right? And then here's some more acts. So how you build a credit history. You establish a steady work record. Okay, so you're working at your, I know Christine told me today she was applying for jobs. Like you're starting early. They see on your social security that you have worked for a long time. You pay your bills on time. Y'all, I thought it was sweet. I'm telling y'all from my own mistakes. You cannot pay bills late. You can turn in homework late. When you're a grown up, you cannot pay your bills late. It reflects on your credit. Open a checking account. Never bounce a check. If you don't have that money to write the check, don't write it. Open a savings account. Deposit in your savings account regularly. I deposit my savings account every month. It just has to happen, right? And so when you're young, you kind of get practice with like your piggy banking things, but you're really not thinking about saving. When you are older, and honestly, I want y'all to start when you get to high school, you need to start saving. Apply for a local store credit card and make regular monthly payments. You could do like a Kohl's card, or you could do like a TJ Maxx card, something like that. And you're just building up that credit. Okay, so it's not serious buku bucks, but it's enough where you're like, hey, I'm building credit, I'm paying my bill on time. I'm buying a shirt every month. Apply for a small loan using your savings account as collateral. So if you apply for a small loan, you would show your savings account, hey, this is my collateral. This is what I have to show for it. And then get a co-signer on a loan and pay back the loan as agreed. Okay. This is an example of a credit report. It's really small. You can't see it. It just, at the top, it has like social, birthday, employer name, your public record. It's pretty much like, what was that in cartoons? I used to say it all the time. Your permanent record, right? So this is like the record that people are looking at when it's time for you to buy. Okay, good. This one's more zoomed in. Status type, open, revolving, installments. Approved, not used, paid as agreed. This person was off the chain. It says 3 times they were 30 days late, 4 times 60 days late, 2 times 90 days late. When you see stuff like that, your credit score goes down in mass amounts. You have to be very careful with that stuff. It is not like you're a kid anymore. They expect you to pay on time. And if they don't trust you, they're going to make sure everyone knows that you don't pay on time, because I'm not going to give you the loan to buy your house if you can't pay bills on time, right? Cool. And then we're summing it up. Single payment credit. Items and services are paid for in a single payment within a given time period after purchase. Interest is usually not charged. Utility companies, medical services, some retail businesses. Okay, so that's just single payment. Installment. Merchandise and services are paid for in 2 or more regularly scheduled payments. So that's what I was saying, like maybe a phone bill or something. Hey, I can't pay this now, but I can pay half and pay you the other half at the end of the month. And usually with a payment plan, you have to stick to that. They put it in their system and they're going to withdraw it regardless, but it's not going on your credit. Okay. Revolving credit. Many items can be bought using this plan as long as the total amount does not go over the credit user's assigned dollar limit. Repayment is made at regular time intervals for any amount at or above the minimum required amount. Interest is charged on the remaining balance. Retail stores, financial institutions that issue credit cards. So, how much can you afford? It's called the 2010 rule. Okay? Say it with me. The 2010 rule. And then we're going to circle it too. Never borrow more than 20% of your yearly net income. If you earn $400 a month after taxes, then your net income in 1 year is 12 times 400, which equals $4,800. Okay? Calculate 20% of your annual net income to find your safe debt loan. 4,800 times 20% equals 960. Okay? So that is how you would solve that. We did the 400 times 12. Okay, and then 20% of your annual net income would be the 4,800 times the 20%. So this person should not be having more than $960 of debt. Okay, monthly payments shouldn't exceed 10% of your monthly income. So that's monthly payments. So 10% of the monthly income. If you take home your pay is $400 a month, that's 400 times 10%, which is $40. That monthly bill for your credit should not exceed that amount. Housing payments should not be counted as part of the 10%, but other debts should be included. Car loans, student loans, credit cards. You want to keep that all under control. There is a slide using this math I'm probably gonna screenshot this page so that you have that in your for your reference. But don't forget the 2010 rule. So that's what building credit history. On Tuesday, we're gonna hop back into actual credit cards and how to use your credit card. But Zoom Fest is Friday. We're doing Wildin' Out. I'm very, very excited. Y'all know I have bars. Y'all heard me with the chants on the Zellos in the morning. So this is just my cup of tea. Invite everybody. I'm going to get all my chant friends to come through. The people who held me down, Paris, TK, everybody. So I hope I see you all Friday. And if not, have a good weekend.